Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and the Seattle Seahawks, as usual, are making strategic moves that could significantly impact their future prospects. Right now, the buzz around the team is centered on their efforts to bolster the pass rush, a key area that's been a concern for them in recent seasons. And one name in particular has been making waves in NFL circles: Jadeveon Clowney. That's right, the Seahawks are reportedly interested in bringing back Clowney, and this could be a game-changer for their defense heading into the 2025 season. So, let's rewind a little and look at what's been happening with the Seahawks lately. Under head coach Mike Macdonald, the team had a decent season last year, finishing with a solid 10-7 record. Not bad at all, especially considering the NFC was incredibly competitive last year. But as we all know, a good regular season doesn't always translate into postseason success. The Seahawks fell just short of the playoffs, which left a bitter taste in the mouths of fans and management alike. That's why this offseason has been so important for them. They're not just content to stay stagnant. They want to push even further and make sure they're in the mix come January. One of the most notable moves they made was at the quarterback position. They've brought in Sam Darnold, a veteran with experience and the ability to stabilize the QB room. But more importantly, they're also developing Jalen Milroe, a young quarterback with franchise potential. If developed correctly, Milroe could be the future of the Seahawks at the most critical position in football. But while the offense gets some attention, the defense, especially the pass rush, remains a major focus. Because let's face it, in today's NFL, having a dominant pass rush can be the difference between a good season and a championship run. Now, here's where Jadeveon Clowney comes into the picture. Clowney, who's been a free agent since the offseason began, is one of the most sought-after pass rushers in the league. With 11 seasons under his belt, he's a seasoned veteran who knows how to get after the quarterback. His stats speak for themselves: 78 pressures and 11 sacks in 2023 while he was with the Baltimore Ravens. Those numbers aren't just impressive, they're exactly what the Seahawks need to complement their existing pass rushers like Boy Mafe, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Derick Hall. The problem is, relying solely on those players is risky. Injuries happen, and depth is crucial if Seattle wants to keep the pressure on opposing quarterbacks week after week. And here's a little insider info. Before Von Miller signed with the Washington Commanders, there were reports indicating that the Seahawks were in discussions to sign him. That shows how serious they are about upgrading their pass rush. But Miller's move didn't materialize, and now, Clowney's availability is the big story. Fans might remember that Clowney worked with Macdonald before, back in 2023, when Macdonald was the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. During that season, Clowney was a force on the field, providing relentless pressure and consistently disrupting the opposing offense. His experience and talent would certainly add a lot of depth and versatility to Seattle's defensive line. But why now? Well, Clowney's approach to free agency has been pretty smart. At 11 seasons in the league, he's not rushing to sign with the first team that comes knocking. Instead, he's waiting for the right opportunity, perhaps aiming for a team that truly values his skill set and fits well with his style of play. For the Seahawks, this could be a perfect match. They're looking to solidify their pass rush, and adding Clowney would not only improve their immediate prospects, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Seattle is serious about contending. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Seahawks have been building a competitive roster, investing in both offense and defense, with the goal of making a deep playoff run. Bringing Clowney back would give them that veteran edge, someone who can mentor younger players and provide leadership on and off the field. Plus, his familiarity with Macdonald's defensive schemes would mean a smoother transition and quicker impact. Looking ahead, the Seahawks' defense needs to be versatile and aggressive. Clowney's ability to line up on the edge and create pressure is exactly what they need to complement Boy Maif's emerging talent. Maif had a promising rookie season and showed flashes of dominance, but he's still developing. DeMarcus Lawrence, with his veteran presence, can be a key piece, but injuries or dips in form could leave gaps. That's where Clowney's experience and proven production come into play. They'd be adding a player who's not just a rental but someone who can still make a difference at this stage of his career. And talking about the team's overall strategy, the Seahawks are very aware that in the NFL today, having a balanced team is crucial. You need a solid offensive line to protect your quarterback, dynamic skill players on offense, and a relentless pass rush on defense. They've made some good moves on offense by drafting and developing players like Jalen Milroe, and now, they're focusing on fortifying their pass rush to match the league's top-tier teams. Clowney could be that missing piece, providing the kind of edge rushing that could turn close games into decisive victories. From a historical perspective, the Seahawks have always been a team that values defense. Their Super Bowl-winning teams were built on a strong, aggressive defense led by players like Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and others. While the current roster doesn't have that same household name status, the philosophy remains. A fierce defense can carry the team deep into the playoffs. Clowney's return would be in line with that tradition, adding a player who can change the game with a single sack or pressure, forcing turnovers, and creating chaos for offenses. Fans are definitely excited about the possibility. The idea of Clowney reuniting with McDonald and helping the Seahawks push toward that elusive Super Bowl title has everyone talking. The team has a window of opportunity, especially with quarterbacks like Jalen Milroe still developing and the offensive core gaining experience. The defense, with Clowney, could be the catalyst that pushes the Seahawks over the top this upcoming season. Of course, nothing is certain until the official signing, but the signs point to a real possibility. The Seahawks are known for their strategic moves, and adding a player of Clowney's caliber makes perfect sense. It's a move that could shift the balance of power within the NFC West, making the division even more competitive. The San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, and Arizona Cardinals are all formidable opponents, but with a stronger pass rush, Seattle could be the team to beat. And what about the fans? Well, everyone's eager to see how this unfolds. Seahawks have always had a passionate fan base, notorious for their loud, energized support at Lumen Field. The energy level will only increase if Clowney joins the team, bringing that veteran leadership and pass-rushing prowess to the field. It's not just about adding a player, it's about reinforcing a mentality, one that says, "We're here to win, and we're not backing down." That's the spirit that has defined Seattle football for years, and the potential signing of Clowney fits perfectly into that narrative. As we look at the bigger picture, the Seahawks are positioning themselves for a serious run. They've made smart investments on offense, and now, with the possibility of bringing Clowney back, they're trying to shore up their defense. It's a calculated move, one that shows they're not content with just being competitive, they want to dominate. With the NFC West getting tougher each year, every edge counts. Clowney's experience, leadership, and pass-rushing ability could be just what the Seahawks need to make that leap from a good team to a championship contender. And let's remember, this isn't just about this season. It's about building a sustainable winning culture, about creating a team that can contend year after year. Clowney's return would symbolize that mindset, a veteran presence who understands what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Plus, his familiarity with McDonald's defensive schemes means he could quickly adapt and contribute, making him an immediate impact player. Now, for the fans watching, I know many of you are thinking about the implications for the upcoming season. How would Clowney fit into the defensive rotation? Could he be the difference maker in critical moments? Absolutely. His ability to generate pressure can help create turnovers and give the secondary more opportunities to make plays. It's that kind of synergy that can elevate a team from average to elite. Plus, the Seahawks aren't just looking for a short-term fix. They're building a roster with depth and versatility, understanding that injuries and slumps happen. Clowney's presence would help them weather those storms, giving them options that have proven to be successful in the past. His leadership, combined with his pass-rushing skills, makes him a valuable asset, one that could be the missing piece in their quest for a Super Bowl. In conclusion, the potential signing of Jadeveon Clowney is one of the biggest stories in the NFL right now, especially for Seahawks fans. It's a move that could reshape their defensive front, strengthen their division aspirations, and push them closer to the ultimate goal, another Super Bowl appearance. The team is clearly serious about contending, and Clowney's addition would send a loud and clear message to the league. Seattle is back, and they're here to stay. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed the content, because that helps the YouTube algorithm recommend us more Seahawks updates. Thanks for watching and go Hawks!